Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I was recently asked by someone if I went to a place like Gettysburg or Pearl Harbor or Germany, if I would feel the souls of the people who lost their lives there. And I have to say, if I went to any of these places, of course, because I know about them, I would feel sympathy. And of course, great sadness for what happened in these places. But as far as the souls hanging out there or connecting with me, this is how it works, okay? And this is why I don't believe in haunted houses or anything. Because I have a higher vibrational energy, spirit recognizes that. So if they have the opportunity, for whatever reason, maybe I'm doing a reading on a loved one, their energy will pull in because they're very happy that they have the ability to communicate maybe love or something they would like to say or give an apology to someone they've offended here on the earth plane. But they don't hang around where they died, okay? They don't, that's why there's no such thing as a haunted house. If somebody calls me and says to me, my house is haunted, you have to come, I say to them, number one, there is no such thing as a haunted house. Okay, and I'll gladly come to your home and explain to you how all this works, or you can come here and I can explain how all this works, but I will not go to your home to do a house clearing and charge you money because I know that that's not true. And sometimes they'll say thank you very much and find somebody, a charlatan out there, who will go to the house and say, oh yes, I feel it, and for a certain amount of money I can help them go to the light, which we all know is ridiculous because I don't believe God needs any help getting one of his souls to the light, okay? So I try to enlighten people about how all this works. And sometimes, like, there's a lot of paranormal groups out there. And many of them, I believe, have this ability that I have. That's why they're pulled to do this work. And they go to these places maybe believing in their left brain, not where the soul is. Remember, the soul is in the right brain. So they go believing in the left brain that they have this ability to move there, and they scare themselves. You see them on TV and they're like, they hear a noise and they're frightened. And again, this is always done at night in the dark, like spirits only come out at night, which is also nonsense. So I like to encourage some of the paranormal groups, and I have had a few groups come here, and I have helped them through education realize that they themselves have a higher vibrational energy. And when they go to these places, spirit energies come in, connect it with people who reside there, who live there, like a house where people are feeling something. They themselves in the house have a higher vibrational energy. So if I move into this house, like I moved into this house, and a few days after we moved in, we were still in the process of painting. I walked upstairs. We just came home from Home Depot, and I walked upstairs into the bedroom, and there was a woman standing in my bedroom, and she had her back to me. And I said to her, can I help you? Because I saw her just as clearly as I would look at someone in the physical sense. And Ralph immediately ran in and said, who are you talking to? And I turned to him and I said, there's a woman here. And I turned back and she was gone. And Ralph came in, and my husband came in, and he looked through the house and upstairs and in the bathroom, and he said, there's nobody here. It was one of them. And for me it was so real that I really thought that maybe we didn't lock one of the doors properly, a new place. Maybe somebody else had a key to get in. So of course that left brain became very active, and I frightened myself. Several weeks later, I realized that it was a mother connected to somebody who lived up here on the mountain very close to us. It was the mother energy of this young man who lived close to us, who eventually I became very close to. And she just realized that I had a higher vibrational energy, and, in hopes that I would be able to, let him know that she was around him. And that's the way it works. It's that simple. I have a higher vibrational energy. A lot of these paranormal groups, a lot of the people involved in them have higher vibrational energy, and spirit recognizes that and pulls themselves in. So pulls themselves in, their energies in. Now, if somebody calls me and says, their house is haunted, and not long ago I did go to somebody's home because they were really, really frightened. They had called in a paranormal group. They weren't able to help them. Not far from here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So I went to the home and I walked through the house, and again I felt nothing because there was nothing to fear. but I was very strongly connected to the wife of the, it was a couple, to the wife. And I said, and I turned to her and I said, have you throughout your lifetime, felt things or maybe heard things or, saw strong signs from spirit? And she said, oh, yes, I always felt very connected. I said, well, this is a great aunt who is very connected to you. I said the woman's name. She said, well, I was actually, my middle name, I was actually named after her. And I was told that she had the same ability. I said, well, that's who you're feeling. This house is not haunted. I said, and I bet you felt the same thing in the house that you came from. And the husband said, yes, that's true, but we thought that house was haunted also, because my wife would hear and see things and, feel things. And it was all because she herself had a higher vibrational energy, and her aunt's energy recognized that and pulled herself in, and was trying to communicate with her. So I educated her, and she said she's coming to my next workshop, and they were so relieved that their house wasn't haunted. It was that simple. So again, I don't believe in hauntings of any shape, way, or form, because I know when the soul leaves the body, we go to a beautiful place, and it's all about love and light. Okay, they don't have the ability or the desire to jump into our bodies or to frighten us in any way. They're just gentle, loving spirit connections that loved us in the physical sense, and that's how it works. Okay, so I hope that helps clear that up a little bit. It's a beautiful day here on the mountain. The sun is shining. Sometimes I walk outside and I can smell a hint of spring. I always say I can smell the changing of the seasons, and so I hope wherever it is that you live, that you have sun shining on you as well today. And as always, I leave you in God's love and light.